We've made ice cream on this channel, and we've made donuts on this channel, all using Adobe Project Neo. But what if I told you you could make this simple Rubik's Cube illustration in Adobe Project Neo in probably under 2 minutes? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. So without further ado, let's jump into it. We're back in Adobe Project Neo, and I'm going to walk you guys through probably one of the easiest but coolest illustrations I've made in this so far. So what I'm going to do first is click Create in the top right corner, and that's going to throw us into our little workspace. Some of these things have changed since the last video, but overall, it's pretty much the same. What I am going to do this time is I'm going to delete the little platform, which I like to do just because I don't like to have that. But this time, we're actually going to use this little cube. What I want to do first is I want to change the styles. So in the top left, I'm going to click Styles, and we're going to change this one to Vector Art. So that's going to give us this cool little outline. There's definitely, you could do this in the realistic or pixelated, whatever, but I think for this illustration, the vector art looks really cool. Now I have this little cube all alone by itself. So what I want to do is I'm going to look at it from top down, and I'm going to copy it. So just Command C, Command V, just like we would be doing on Illustrator. That's going to snap. Going to do it one more time. Command C, Command V. Whoops, I didn't paste, so Command V. And we're just going to pull that. We'll use these little arrows right here. And so if I move this around, you see we have nice little stack of 3 blocks. So what I want to do next is I'm going to take all 3, 1, 2, 3, make sure to hold Shift. I'm going to Command C, Command V, grab my little arrow, and then we'll snap right in place again. And you guys already know we're going to do this one more time. So Command C, Command V, and I'm going to slide this up once more. Boom, and it'll snap into place. And so now I have a cool little wall of 3D cubes. Believe it or not, it's so easy. We're almost done with the 3D model. You guys already saw the thumbnail, so you know what we're doing, but we're going to take all of these. So highlight everything, Command C, Command V. Again, grab my little arrow, and it'll snap into place. Perfect. And we'll do it one more time. Command C, Command V. We'll snap that. And just like that, I've got a little cube, a little Rubik's Cube. So this is really cool, right? This is what we want. But I'm not completely satisfied with this because I want to maybe make stickers or a poster or something out of this. So what I can do is I can take this guy and I can grab all of my middle layers. So let me grab all these middle layers. So now I've got all my middle layers selected. I'm actually going to group these. And I'm going to do that with everything else too. This will just be easier to work with. So now what I can do is I can take this whole group and I can just rotate. And look at that. That gives us a nice, cool, it looks like the Rubik's Cube is being shuffled up, right? So we'll do this. And what I want to do is I just want to take a bunch of different angles. And I'm going to download. So I can take this, I can export it as SVG. And then I like to click split faces because that separates the color from the strokes. And I can download this. So this is just going to export. And then you see I have a .svg right here. And then I can throw that into Adobe Illustrator. And we'll go further from there. But what I want to do is I want to take a bunch of different angles of this. And then that way I'll have a lot of different elements to play with when I want to do a composition of this. So I'm going to fast forward this part, but I'm just going to export a bunch of different angles of this. Okay, I've got all of my shapes imported to Adobe Illustrator now because they're SVGs. They're fully vector graphics, which is just so awesome. I was able to turn that 3D illustration into this vector illustration. And these have stroke weight. I can adjust that. What's really cool too is I can take this and then with Adobe's generative recolor, I can come over here and let's just click on one of the pre-made ones. This one's salmon sushi. We'll let that load and then it'll just automatically color this for me. So now I've got really cool different color variations. I can just keep going too. So let's keep adding color to these. So really cool. What's also really cool, remember when I told you to click split faces? So I can actually pull the top layer off of this, which gives me this cool like shape underneath. But I really like this outline because this reminds me of like techie 80s illustration style. So just really cool things that you can do with this. Now, I've gone ahead and I've gone a little further. So I actually went and I exported some other things too. So I took one of the individual cubes and exported that because what I want to do is I want to take all these elements and make it look like they're like exploding, like it's an exploding cube. And I was like, if I have one little cube, that'll look really cool. So I went ahead and I took all the elements that we were playing with and I threw them here. So just to show you what you could do, it looks like we have a cool little explosion of Rubik's Cubes. I've got these individual cubes, and then I went ahead and I recolored this guy right here. So what you can do is you can actually click on each face, and you can just change the color. I obviously went with the classic Rubik's Cube colors here, but just super cool that you can do that. So if I wanted these all to look like the same color, I could easily do that. So here's an example where I took every cube and made it its own color combination. And so this looks like a lot of Rubik's Cubes, right? Just some are shuffled, some are different angles. Just really cool. If I were to actually do this in Illustrator, it would take me forever, and I guarantee I probably wouldn't get the angles right. So it's just really cool being able to do this in Project Neo. Making this 3D Rubik's Cube in Adobe Project Neo, super quick, super easy, but honestly, as a creative, my favorite part about making these things digitally is taking them and figuring out how to bring them into the real world. So that's what I'm gonna do. I picked up this holographic paper on Amazon, and I think this is gonna be perfect for turning these into cool retro 80s stickers. So I'm gonna take these 3D illustrations, and I'm gonna send them over to my printer, and we're gonna see if we can turn these into stickers. Check out this print. This turned out so awesome. Look how reflective that is, and all the parts where like the white was. It's just that straight metallic material. I think these are gonna turn out to be super cool stickers. I always get asked in the comments, what products am I using? So I'm just gonna quickly run through it. The paper is this koala holographic paper. It's from Amazon. I'll have the link in the description. It's nothing crazy, but the results usually turn out pretty good. And then the printer I use, you can just buy this at like Walmart or Best Buy or whatever, but it's an Epson EcoTank 2800. I personally like it because you can fill each tank individually. You don't have to go out and buy ink cartridges. I've had it for like 2 years and I still haven't ran out of ink, so super recommend it. Again, I'll have the link in the description below. And then lastly, I'm using a Cricut Maker. They make a ton of different Cricut cutting machines, but that's just the one I have. It seems to work well, so again, I'll have it in the description if you want to pick one up. All right, so now what I gotta do is I just gotta get these stuck onto my Cricut mat, and then I can throw them through the Cricut and it's just gonna cut them out for us. So let me get this nice and attached, just like so. And I'm gonna feed this through the Cricut and let it do its thing. So the cut looks like it turned out good. So now I'm gonna do my favorite part and reveal the stickers. Guys, check out these stickers. These turned out amazing. The holographic texture takes over where all the white spots are and just makes it look so cool and really fits the vibe of that 80s Rubik's Cube. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you were able to follow along. I really just wanted to show you how simple of an illustration you can do in Adobe Project Neo. I know we've done other things in the past, but I think this one can seriously take you like 2 minutes and you can turn out some really cool products. I mean, I made stickers out of something so simple. If you guys have any questions after watching this, or you want to suggest some more content in Adobe Project Neo, let me know in the comments below. Well guys, you know what to do. Until the next one, peace.